And to revive signature creations from the Italian diva herself, Maria Callas, all the members of orchestral team from Indonesia and Italy both have prepared the best to entice and to impress the entire audience, particularly those who are core fans of Maria Callas. And our very own Siska Becca had a dialogue with the maestro himself, Massimiliano Sinceri. Take a look.
Indonesia and Italy have enjoyed cultural diplomacy relationship for the past 74 years. And now we have an event that will truly showcase one of the greatest parts of Italian culture, the upcoming opera concert, a tribute to Maria Callas. And I'm very fortunate to have here with me, right next to me, Maestro Massimiliano Sinceri, the conductor of that upcoming concert, tribute to Maria Callas. Buongiorno, Maestro.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you so much for being with me to have a conversation, especially about the upcoming concert and about the greatness of Maria Callas. Now, first and foremost, welcome to Jakarta. I understand this is your first visit to our capital.
Thank you so much.
How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, it's a very, very, very exciting city.
Okay.
It's my first time here, so I'm excited a bit.
Okay, and we are very excited, of course, for the upcoming concert, tribute to Maria Callas, especially the classic musical enthusiasts here in Jakarta. Now, could you tell us a little bit more, like about the preparation that you've made with all the other performers for this concert?
So it's a particular program we made for this tribute to the famous Divina. We call it Divina, because I put some pieces that are common pieces, which are the kind of pieces that immediately arrive to the public, to the audience. So many of them are very heard pieces.
Okay. Popular pieces.
Popular pieces, yes. Popular pieces.
Okay.
So we start from the Barber of Seville. We pass through Norma, Nabucco, Aida, the famous titles from the bel canto period. And then we reach the Verism period, and we pass through Tosca, Cavalleria Rusticana, Bohème, and we finish with Traviata. So many kinds of titles that are used to be heard by people, even when listening to the radio, listening to the TV, when looking at a spot on TV or on radio, or walking on the street. No? For example, nowadays there are many famous DJs in the world. They are playing pieces from the classical music of the period of opera, and they are remixing them, no? in a common modern way. And so all the people all over the world, they perfectly know this kind of music we're going to play.
Okay, even if they are not well versed in classic music, they should know once they hear the tunes, they should be all familiar.
They can easily attend our concert. Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, one of the reasons the Italian Culture Institute of Jakarta is holding this opera, the tribute to Maria Callas, is to represent a part of Italian culture, which is the bel canto.
Obviously.
Could you please tell us more? Let us learn about the bel canto.
Yes, bel canto in Italian is a particular period in the history of opera. So we start from the 17th century and we arrive to the first part of the 19th century. We finish the most important period with the most famous composers were Rossini, Bellini, Donizetti. These are the most important composers in the bel canto period. And Maria Callas was one of the most, the major representative singers for this kind of period. And then we pass through the following period, which is Verism, so the second part of the 19th century, till arriving to the 20th century. And so we have Puccini, Mascagni, this kind of composers.
Okay. Very fascinating to learn. Thank you so much for explaining it to us. Now, let's talk more about Maria Callas.
Yes.
The diva,
Yes.
the iconic legend.
Yes.
Now, for people who are into opera or know about classical music, they know her, they understand. But maybe for our viewers who are not yet familiar with Maria Callas, could you explain to us, through your expertise and your experience, what makes her so special and iconic that even after 100 years of her birth, we are still talking about her and giving tributes to her? Please, Maestro.
So, Maria Callas, as you told, was called Divina.
Yeah.
The name became from the kind of life she made. No, we always know about her life after the theaters, but now she's recognized as one of the most important singers in the history, because she had particular artistry in singing and in staying on the stage.
Okay.
As I tell many times to my pupils or to my colleagues, or when speaking to people in general, I always remember an episode. And in Traviata, when making Traviata, Maria Callas stayed for 4 minutes on the stage without singing, when only the orchestra was playing, and she moved. And so the particularity of this kind of singer was she went next or back to the notes, back to the text, back to the depth of the things. And so she tried to make feelings come out from the notes, come out from and she had a very, very great vocal art.
Okay.
She had a very long, usually singers have a small,
Small range.
kind of, small range. So she had a very long range from the low notes to the most high notes. And she used to sing this and to have this kind of homogeneity in the range, even if her timbro, her kind of vocal voice was different in each. If in the case she sang lower notes or high notes, she was different, but she had a very strong voice. Yes, she had a very strong voice, and so she had a very, very great attitude and musicality, and a great capability, because she always studied every day, and to study she sang arias from bel canto. For example, the famous Cabaletta from I Puritani, which is really difficult to sing for a soprano. And she played it like if it was water. Yes, it was really so easy for her. And so it gained she made it reach the great part of.
Yeah, okay. So those are the reason why Maria Callas is as iconic as she was. The combination
really,
of a great vocal
She had a
range,
great
techniques,
voice,
stage presence, and also emotional depth. An ability to convey emotions through her singing and through her acting on stage. Now, how would the performers who have come all the way from Italy to perform the tribute to Maria Callas in the upcoming opera concert will manage to try to emulate the greatness of Maria Callas, Maestro?
Well, they don't have to emulate, because Maria Callas was Maria Callas. No one can be. Yes.
Incomparable.
No one can be Maria Callas, or, for example, Renata Tebaldi or Renata Scott or other singers. No. Each one of us is an interpreter. So we have to make the music Maria Callas made famous with a kind of singing. And so we must go to the depth of things. This is our attitude for this concert.
Okay, so if you've mentioned repeatedly, when it comes to Italian opera, it's about the feelings, the emotions, and the drama.
Yes, because you don't have to forget that opera is not only music. Opera is a mixture among music, art, literature, scenography, so many things. And we are trying, even if it's not opera, but it's an opera concert, we are trying to to represent this and so to attire the public, the audience, with this kind of things.
It's actually a multidiscipline art form.
Yes.
All in
obviously.
one performance.
Yes.
So lastly, before I let you go, I know you are actually very busy right now.
Yes.
Just for the viewers who are going to see the upcoming concert, and
Yes.
this will be their very first opera experience, what will be your suggestions on how they prepare themselves? Should they look up about famous arias or operas or bel canto?
If they want, but it's not a problem.
Okay.
Because they don't have to be afraid of coming to an opera concert.
Don't
they
be
don't have to,
intimidated.
yes, they don't have to be worried about
Yeah.
listening to an opera concert because classical music and opera are among us. Music is universal.
That's very well said. Maestro Sinceri, thank you so much for your time and for sharing with us your great expertise. I'm very privileged to have this conversation with you, and I look forward to seeing you and all the performance perform at the upcoming concert opera tribute to Maria Callas. Until then, take care, Sinceri. Hopefully you get to enjoy Jakarta a little bit among the busy days you have ahead. But once again, grazie mille. Thank you, Maestro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, too.
So that's the end of my conversation with Maestro Sinceri, the conductor for the upcoming opera concert, a tribute to Maria Callas, something that you should see if you want to learn more about the great Italian culture. I'm Siska Becker for TV Arrival. Thank you for watching.